Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Newcastle United Training Centre. We're delighted to introduce Chris Wood to you today, and we'll start with Keith Downey at Sky Sports. Good afternoon, Keith.
Hi Chris, how you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Welcome to Newcastle. Obviously you spent a couple of days up here now. Been a bit of a whirlwind week for you, I guess. Can you just tell us a little bit about the last few days for you and how you learnt about the move coming around?
Look, yeah, I mean, it's been a whirlwind 24 hours, 36 hours, because that's all it's been. It was a very quick turnaround. On my way home from training on Tuesday, got a phone call and saying it all started. So, yeah, it's been a very quick 36 hours. A big decision to make at the point in time, but a decision I thought was right in that terms.
You're the only sort of fit out-and-out striker at the moment at the club. Obviously, Dwight Gale was missing last weekend, and we know that Callum Wilson's out for a couple of months. It looks as though you'll go straight into the squad at the weekend in a huge pressure game. How are you feeling about the pressure that comes along with that you are the main striker at the moment moving forward?
Look, yeah, there's pressure no matter what team you're playing, no matter what team you're involved in. These are big games, not just this one, but the ones for the rest of the season. So I'm enjoying being here. I know there's a lot of quality and a lot of great players in this group, especially when the boys up top join back in as well. So it's good. If selected, I'm ready and able and looking forward to the weekend and playing in front of that home crowd.
I just noticed a stat earlier that said that you are the most expensive 30-year-old plus striker in Premier League history now. Or sorry, not striker, player in Premier League history. Okay. How does that sit with you? Were you aware of that?
No, definitely not aware of that. Obviously, that's the first time I've heard about it. So, yeah, I'm sure it's certainly different. I mean, I've only just ticked over into my 30s, so luckily it's I don't feel too old, but I feel like I've got a lot more to give and that I'm in the prime years of my life.
It sounded as though, Chris, there's maybe a little bit of bad blood left from your time at Burnley, and maybe your departure didn't go down too well there. Are you able to give us a little insight into how things were left there?
Look, for me, there's no bad blood at all. I really enjoyed my time at Burnley, 4.5 years, and it was absolutely fantastic. The highs that we had playing in the Europa League, finishing 10th in the league, even when we were fighting relegation in a couple of seasons, the crowd was absolutely superb. They were always behind their lads and always behind me as a striker and playing forward. So I have nothing but great memories from there. It was a case of this is a massive opportunity and a massive club and something that I couldn't turn down.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Matthew Racebeck, BBC Newcastle.
Hello, Chris.
Hiya.
What is it about the way that Eddie Howe will have Newcastle playing that you think will be good for you and will help you score goals?
Look, I'm sure you've seen from the time that he's been in the building how he's changing the squad and changing the team tactically and the way they want to play. Obviously, Eddie's team has been well known from Bournemouth to be able to play from the back, move things forward, keep possession of the ball. So he's got great ideas that he's trying to implement into the squad. I mean, it's never going to happen overnight. He's going to need time to do that. And I've been out on the training pitch now today, and I can see it's already flowing. So there's a lot of creativity in this team, and I know that they create a lot of chances. So hopefully there's a lot coming my way, and I can do the business.
Is that important for you because there'll be supply from the right-hand side with Trippier, Murphy, the left, Ritchie, Saint-Maximin, balls in the air and on the floor as well for you?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they've got abundance of talent in those wide areas. And obviously I need to be in the box ready for them. But also there's more to it than that. I'll be looking to link, especially with Alan, that's working really well where he comes inside, looks to play off people, looks for the 1-2s and attacks and drives at players. So there's a huge different part of the elements in my game that I'm going to have to bring. Looking forward to the challenge because it is a challenge, new team, new people to deal with, and it's an exciting one to see what we can bring.
Thanks, Matthew. Andy Sixsmith, PLP.
Hi, Chris. Welcome to Newcastle. You said it was a decision that was right for you. How did you know that this was the right decision for you with everything happening so quickly, like you've said?
Look, I mean, you got to look at it and you got to feel on what your gut says. And it was just one of those feelings that you had, like, look, I think it's the right time in my career. I've been at Burnley for 4.5 years. Was very comfortable, very happy and settled there. But when I look at myself, I think nothing ever great happens in your comfort zone. And I'm a firm believer in you have to step yourself out of the way and out of your comfort zone to achieve greatness or to achieve some sort of great footballing talent. So there's no illusion that this is going to be a big challenge for me, but it could potentially be great for me at the exact same time and great for the club. So that's how I knew it was the right decision and the right timing for me to head this way.
You played at St James's Park, obviously, numerous times as an opposition player. How much are you looking forward to playing there as a Newcastle United player? And have you set yourself a bit of a goals target in the remaining months of the season?
I'm most looking forward to playing in front of these fans. I mean, the history, the passion that they show, 55,000 every week, no matter what. Speaking to the boys, how they've been behind the team from start to finish, no matter what. I'd like to think that they've seen how the team's adapting and the team's trying to progress. And I'd like to think that they're right on side with that, and it seems to be showing in the game. So to walk out there and they're hopefully on the weekend if selected and feel that crowd, that buzz, it's going to be superb.
Okay, if you have a question for Chris, can you use the raised hand function for us, please? We'll take a couple from Ian Abrahams at TalkSport.
Hi Chris, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Can I just clarify, your buyout clause in your contract, was that from now or was that from the summer? I.e. roughly, but Newcastle just paying the buyout clause, or can you reveal that for us?
Look, to be honest, I actually don't know the wording on anything like that. I knew it had been sitting in there from the day that we agreed a new deal 2.5 years ago. But that was, my agents know more about that and that side of it. I just get on playing football. I don't really worry about what's in the contract and that sort of thing.
Just a couple then. People will raise an eyebrow why you moved from one relegation rival to another in the same period, obviously weakening your former club and strengthening your current club.
Look, yeah, I mean, as I touched on before, I was comfortable, settled, and in my opinion, you don't achieve anything great being that. I just felt like it's maybe the right time to challenge myself in a different element, and an opportunity like this, or to move club or anything like that, doesn't come along often. So to turn it down when the club and the manager pushed so hard to get me and want me, I felt wanted. I felt like my presence here was needed, and they were after me. So there's nothing more better than being loved as a striker. So I think it was just the right time for a new challenge in my life.
Damien Spellman, PA.
Hi Chris, congratulations on your move. Can I just ask you, your international career is obviously very important to you as well. Mm-hmm. World Cup qualifiers is coming up in March outside of a normal window. Does that present you with a bit of a dilemma?
No, not really. I mean, obviously I'll be going to represent my country out there, but I'll only be able to go within the window, which means I will miss games for the national team, which I'm very upset about, because I don't think international qualifiers or World Cup qualifiers should be played outside of a window. I'm very firm on that. I think it degrades the competition that we're trying to achieve as Oceania, trying to get the nation's best from our area. But ultimately for my club, they know how passionate I am about playing for my national team. I've shown it over the years, and that continues to be the case. But I'll be playing when I'm available, and the availability is when it's in international windows.
Chris Wolf, The Athletic.
Hi Chris, you mentioned the clause before. Did you have a clause before you agreed to the new contract, and was it something that you were keen to have in when you did negotiate that new contract?
To be fair, I don't know what was in the first one. It was a case of just getting on and dealing with moving to Burnley from Leeds at the time. So, I mean, it's pretty standard. Some people have them in, some people don't. I don't think anybody thought that this would ever be triggered or anything like that, but that's the way the world is and the way football can be at times.
Oscar Paul, the son.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Chris, you've surely seen that Newcastle are playing at Turf Moor in the last game of the season. The two are level on points at the moment. With the signings Newcastle have made and hope to make this window, do you think they're better equipped than Burnley to stay up?
Look, I think both teams have a great squad and a great team. Obviously, the team here is adjusting and moving into a new time stamp in the case of the way the manager wants to play, the way the new players are coming in. Gives them that new lease of life and the new blood coming through with the quality that they already have. But I mean, both squads have a great squad. It's going to be tough for both teams to fight their way through. But I know I can only speak for now this club and my teammates that we are up for the challenge and we're going to be ready for it.
Nisha Joshi, BBC Newcastle.
Hi Chris, you're in a dogfight with Newcastle to stay in the Premier League. How confident are you that you will be at a top flight club next season?
Look, I feel very confident. I've seen the ability in the squad before I arrived and before the likes of Trips has turned up and then the other names that I mentioned that could potentially arrive here. I think it's a great team and a great squad, and with all the ability to get ourselves out of this fight that we're in. No illusion, it's going to be very tough, but ultimately we're not too far off being safe anyway, so that could eventually turn around at the weekend.
Craig Hope, Daily Mail.
Hi Chris, there's been a few sort of in the public eye raised eyebrows at the fee, for want of a better phrase. I think Gary Lineker was vociferous himself among them. What would you say to those who have sort of scoffed at the £25 million price tag?
Look, it's one of those, you're only as good as what the club wants to pay for you, and if that's what Newcastle feel I was worth at this point in time, and that's how it is. But you never know, 6 months time you could be looking back and saying it's a great deal and it could all be worth it. So in that sense, it doesn't really bother me the number on the deal or number on the price tag. I've still got the same challenge and the same drive to work hard at the weekends.
Alistair McGowan, BBC Sport.
Chris, I just wondered whether you'd spoken to the new owners in the course of the negotiations and what they told you about the club, where they told you they think they could get it to. Look,
I haven't been able to speak to them personally. I mean, it's been, as I say, a very whirlwind last 36 hours, 24 hours. It's gone very quickly. I've spoke to the other people. I spoke to the manager and spoke to Steve here and things like that. So I've understand the vision and the implementations they want to do in the future. But ultimately, the next 4 or 5 months is key, and that's what we're focusing on massively right now.
Lee Ryder, Chronicle.
Hi Chris, just wondered, obviously you come into the club, you've just ticked over 30 as you say, how excited are you to be able to play your peak years at Newcastle, because obviously you've waited a long time for this opportunity?
Look, yeah, I'm extremely happy to be here. I feel like I'm in some of the best years of my career, and I've got a lot more to give, most definitely. I back myself in that sense, and I'm hoping this team can bring the best out of me, and hopefully even more than I've shown over the recent years.
Okay, we've got 4 questions left, starting with Luke Edwards at The Telegraph.
Hi Chris, what's the reaction in New Zealand been like to you joining a club like Newcastle? Are you aware of what it's been like yet?
To be fair, I haven't actually looked for anything. I've stayed away from most of that. Obviously, Dale got confirmed this morning, so I'm sure it's overnight over there. So I'm sure I'll get calls in the morning. But I'm sure it's undoubtedly great support from everybody back home. I'd like to think they all want to see me doing well over here, and I represent my country with pride.
Alex James, Lancashire Live.
Hi, Chris. Was there any part of you that, I know you sort of said it was a massive opportunity for you to go to Newcastle, was there any sort of part of you that felt you owed it to Burnley and Sean Dyche to stay, given the sort of chance they gave you in the Premier League and the fact that you've left for a direct relegation rival?
Look, yeah, it wasn't an easy decision. I just think it's a great opportunity. I spent 4.5 great years there. I think every single year I really enjoyed myself there. The teammates, the staff, the whole club as a whole was fantastic. And to be honest, I wish I left when Burnley are further up the league, but that's just how it is, and it's just how football is sometimes. Nobody can plan these sorts of things. You just got to look at what's in front of you and how you're doing with football at the point in time.
Thanks, Alex. Kieran Kelly, Chronicle. Can't hear you there, Kieran. I'm sorry. We'll go to Martin Hardy.
Hiya, Chris. You've recognised there the club are in a precarious position. If the worst was to come to the worst, would you be one of the people to kind of spearhead the club to come back up? Do you expect to see the 2.5 years of your contract out here come what may?
Most definitely. I'll be seeing that out. That's what I came here for. For me, I'm only thinking about one thing and one thing only, is fighting hard to stay in this league, and I think we've got more than enough ability, but we need to start getting results and showing that on the pitch, and hopefully sooner rather than later that we can show that.